Y'all welcome back to the screen, my brother from another mother, Mr. Benjamin B. Dixon. The crowd goes wild. And let me tell y'all too, yesterday I kind of I cut Ben's head off a little bit. Because I love him as a friend. So I just want y'all to know I love my brother Ben. And sometimes you just have to cut your family members out. So that's all I had to do yesterday.
My head clean off.
My apologies for the cuss words as well yesterday, but he struck a nerve, so I had to, You
sub-zeroed my butt. You sub-zeroed my butt, man.
I'm sorry, I had to get over here. Had to come on.
And I was like, and I'm going to be honest with you. It took you and my girl, my sister from another mister, Rebecca Azor. She'll be joining us. I looked at the clock. It took y'all an hour and a half to coach me to what was wrong with me. And that was the fact that I got a lot going on and I need an assistant. And I was tripping on y'all a little bit. So my apologies as well, brethren.
Mm-hmm. Anytime. We love you. All love.
Not like black brother love. Listen, speaking of Sub-Zero and Scorpion, I want to bring in another sister from another mister. We've been trying to get our sister on the show for a minute, but this has been a tumultuous year. Her name is her Twitch handle is Stygian Stilettos, and she is a black gamer girl. Sis, welcome to the show. Hey,
how y'all doing?
What's going on, sister?
Ooh, it's been a morning. It's been a week.
A week.
But, just trying to live my black life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live my happy black life. So
I hear that.
Speaking of black.
Absolutely.
I was going to, James, I'm not really good at flossing, man. I was going to try to do it. I didn't know what Stygian meant until last night.
God damn it, Ben. We said we were going to talk about this.
Say that again.
You didn't even know how to say it till last night. Let's be honest.
Listen, I know. Wait a minute. I know your country ass ain't coming on this show talking about somebody. But wait. I'm playing. Listen, she and I go way back. And I forget about because we know each other from the internet. And it always throws me off whenever we jump on a call and it's like, wait a minute, this gamer chick is from the South, like Chitlin South, like Hog Fatback South. Tell us about
absolutely
that. A black woman. Hey, look,
those jokes that people make about the South are legit. Absolutely. Those jokes people make about the South, let me explain something to you. 100%.
Is that us? Is that me?
Right. Yep, Ben, you froze. Oh, there you go. Now you're moving again. You see your big head is like a shadow. There we go.
Yeah, I'm on location and I'm trying to get a decent signal. But listen, talk to us because I know. Listen, I used to be a gamer. I'm not a gamer now, and James, I know you a gamer now. Tell me about the community because it was hard enough just being a gamer. Then if they find out you were black, they'd be like, in this, in that. I can't imagine being a black woman and then being a black woman from the South in a bunch of white bros who got power. Talk to us.
Oh, and you know what? Some of the worst ones claim to be sisters too. You would be shocked.
Hello?
Oh yeah, the ones that were dropping seed bombs on me and calling, accusing me of being a massa lover and all that. Sisters. Okay, so trust and believe. White supremacy is so permeating. And I do want to say it's one of the most diverse communities I've ever been in. Mm-hmm. I'm actually shocked when I joined Twitter, because we are old school gamers. I'm used to N-words flying and all that when you go into a chat room. But actually, there's a lot of sisters that are gamers and that are Final Fantasy VII gamers in particular. That's where a lot of my content is. Women from all across the a ton of women. So it's a very diverse community, and I love my community very much. But there still are vestiges of racism, and yeah, eventually, especially see, racists don't like being checked. So the moment I spit some facts at them, even over a video game, the racists always come out eventually. I'm a C word. Because I don't know what I can say, so I'm just censoring myself. I'm a C word. I'm a B word. Bed wench, anything else you could come up with. It all just boils down to, I can't out talk this sister, so I got to say something crazy. You know what I mean?
Always. And they're always going to try to talk reckless when they don't know. They always think that you're not competent enough, that you're dumb, and just all kind of stuff that they want to throw out there and think that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, no, I do this.
Not knowing that I'm a senior software developer, and baby, you can't out talk me. Okay, I know I got this country accent, but don't let it fool you. Okay.
Drop the credentials. Drop the credentials. That's what I'm talking about.
What I'm telling you. I've been blacking in the game too long for you to out talk me. You understand?
Right. Now, Stygian, on your channel, what are you? I know that you've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII. So where are you at? Tell us a little bit about your channel and what you've been doing on there so far.
Sure. So my main focus has been Final Fantasy VII. It's a game that was released in 1997, but recently has had a remake. So I've been putting a lot of content out for that. However, I will be expanding to God of War. There are some new games coming out like Chrono Cross, Strangers of Paradise, different games like that will be coming out eventually. So I will be making more content. I'm actually also starting a gardening series that's also around Final Fantasy VII.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And I'm actually going to be starting that up next week. And I'm going to be starting a politics series around Final Fantasy VII. So very excited. I just love being a geek. I just love being a blurred.
I love it. When I tell you, my niece will love you. My 16-year-old niece, her birthday is next week. But when I tell you, she's playing Final Fantasy VII right now. I've played it and I've beaten it like 2 or 3 times. I'm like the biggest nerd geek when it comes to Square Enix games. I have been a Square Enix games player in a long time. Y'all, I'm geeking out right now, by the way. So y'all, people in chat don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's okay.
I got my cloudy pillow with me. Okay, Cloud and Tifa for life. Let me see if I can. They belong together. All right, exactly. I love it.
So look, when I tell you, once you're in it, and it's amazing to see that you're using Final Fantasy VII to tie into things like politics, the gardening, because everything in this game, it's just like that, y'all. If I don't know if y'all understand and realize some of the jobs and things that you do, a lot of the game is based off around these things. So you can bring this into the real world and center it around those things. So shout out to you for doing the work, sis. I like that.
I appreciate that. Yes, you have so many themes in this game. You have eco-terrorism, anti-capitalism, anti-imperialism. The company that's at the head of all of the grief going on, they actually run a city. It's a corporatocracy. They spread propaganda throughout the media. They're constantly running coups and conspiracies throughout the world. They're starting wars. It's actually the developers of the series were almost certainly children of people who lived or relatives of people who lived through World War II. So it also informs you in that context because Midgar is based on New York City. You even look at the president of Midgar, old white guy, fat white guy with bottle blonde hair who is the face of a city. That ring a bell in New York City. And then Wu-Tai exactly
all day
exactly. And then Wu-Tai is the war is who the war is against, and they're all based on Eastern aesthetics. So you even have World War II, implications tied into this game. And you have children. So almost all of the people that fight in this war are children. They recruit people as young as 13, 14, including the main character, Cloud Strife. He left to join Midgard's Midgard's army because he wanted to impress his childhood crush, Tifa Lockhart. And but he disappeared for years. They hadn't seen each other in 7 years. He reappears in Midgard. They have this fateful reunion. And then she is actually part of an eco-terrorism group called Avalanche because Midgard has been mining a resource that, it's supposed to be akin to oil. Essentially, by draining a resource from the planet, is killing the planet. But Shimmer is constantly spreading propaganda. So people don't realize that they're killing the planet. It definitely reminds you of big oil. They knew 30, 40 years ago that using oil was bad for the planet, but they hid it through propaganda. So that's exactly what it ties in. So she's part of this eco-terrorism group, and she asks Cloud to join her. And so that's where the game begins. And It goes into so much more than that, but it is just an amazing game, and the way that they tie all these political and even religious references together is just incredible.
And it's funny that you're talking about the game. And of course, I know everything because I played it myself, played it through. And it's just like, this sounds like some stuff that's going on in the real world right now. I'm just like, wait, she's talking about the game. I had to remember, like, wait, she's talking about the game. Now, Stinson, I heard that you bought... Look, exactly, it is, y'all. If you haven't played this yet, Final Fantasy VII, only on PlayStation. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Definitely need to play it. I think it is a version on Xbox, so you can play that one too. But any Final Fantasy series, I rocks with all the time. Now, I know that you bought a clip with us today, a little teaser. Tell us about the teaser that you bought with you today.
Oh, yeah. So it's essentially what I sort of went over just now. It's just giving you a little taste of the politics that goes on in Final Fantasy VII. So I threw together a little 1.5-minute teaser, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Yep, let's take a look.
The corrupt capital city at the heart of the story of Final Fantasy VII. It is split into 8 sectors, and there is a top side and bottom side, separated by massive metal plates. The topsiders live comfortable lives, while the people at the bottom live impoverished lives in what is called the slums. Midgar is a corporatocracy run by the Shinra Company, who came into prominence for manufacturing weapons. They control everything from the government to the media, constantly spreading propaganda to further their influence and solidify their stranglehold on the planet's resources. Lately, they have been mining a resource called Mako, which is the lifeblood of the planet. They use it as an energy source, much like oil, but using the resource is killing the planet. The story starts off with what FF7 fans call the Golden Trio, who have all been personally affected by the destruction and chaos wrought throughout the globe by Shinra. Cloud Strife is our protagonist, a swordsman. He used to work for Shinra, but disappeared years ago without a trace. At the beginning of the game, he reappears in Midgar and has a fateful reunion with his childhood crush he grew up with in Nibelheim, Tifa Lockhart. She herself is now a master martial artist, business owner, and has been in a fight to save the planet alongside our third member of the Golden Trio. Barrett Wallace leads a faction of a larger organization called Avalanche, which has vowed to destroy Shinra in order to protect the planet and keep them from using Mako energy. They meet 6 other team members along the way, and together they help save humanity from destruction.
That's dope as hell. Y'all don't understand how big of a geek I feel right now. See, like, I got some video game stuff on here. I'm so happy. I'm sorry. But I digress. Welcome to the screen, Benjamin Dixon and Rebecca, y'all.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Rebecca. I'm such a fan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm in this moment, and these guys have been telling me so much about, you coming on, and she's a gamer, and they're like, Rebecca, you don't know her? And I'm like, I've seen her in the chat, but tell me. They're like, no, she's a gamer, and she's XYZ, and to see you shine so bright in educating us and doing your thing, and girl, let me tell you something. Accent or not, your accent is beautiful, and I don't understand why people attach that to you being uneducated, but you just spitting and then being a gamer and then knowing politics and knowing your stuff about the climate. You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff, and all in the gaming world. So I'm not in the gaming world, but I was able to understand how you was. I was able to pick up what you were putting down. So yes,
I appreciate that, and trust me. People who are already inclined to think I'm stupid, trust me, the black skin has a lot more to do with it than the accent. So
man,
I don't let it bother me. I'm a black woman with an afro, and I rock my afro proudly. Dark skin, you see what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Yeah, right.
All beautiful. I am now a fan of yours. So thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Oh, Ben is here too. Hey, Ben, how you doing? I'm sorry, I had to knock on him. We've known each other too long.
That's
how long
my
have
role,
you
apparently.
known each other? Where did you guys meet? At a gaming place?
God, I don't know. No. No. It was 2000,
GameStop.
I don't know, 15, 16. It was definitely during the Bernie Bro years,
It was Twitter. We met on Twitter, and then YouTube. I started my YouTube. So actually, yeah, we've known each other since when I got started back in 2015 with the stream, and it was right around Bernie Sanders, and that's where we linked up.
Yeah, you and Michael Brooks were the first people I globbed on too.
Shout out my boy, Michael Brooks forever. Whew, but it's good having you on.
Yeah, great having and great
Most
being
definitely.
on.
So Stygian, what are you playing next? I know you said you're gonna do a few more things. What's next on your to play list?
All right, later today, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know, it'll be today or tomorrow. I'm going to do Final Fantasy X. I also picked up Elden Ring.
Me too.
Yeah, Elden Ring is apparently going to be a beast, but hey, I'm up for a challenge. And then, like I said, Chrono Cross. I bought probably 6 or 7 games. I bought an Ace Attorney game. I've never played Legend of Zelda, which is my my shame. So I have a Breath of the Wild.
But you know what? Zelda was never one of my and people are gonna cancel me after I say this. Zelda was never one of my big go-to games. First one was cool because it was on a system that came out in 85, 86. So I'm like, cool, it's fun. You know, it was all right. But now I'm just like, oh, it's Zelda. It's cool. I know the Triforce and everything else, but yeah.
I feel like sometimes when you miss the train, you just miss it. It's like me with Star Wars. Like I was never, my brother wasn't into it, so I wasn't into it. And I got everything that, initially from him. So
right.
He basically made me into his mini-me. He had me playing chess at 4. I mean, just the nerdiest stuff you can think of.
That's my niece. When I tell you I went on and made her my little protege, I'm like, oh yeah, Marvel movies, DC movies, video games. Like I said, she's playing Final Fantasy right now, and I'm sure after I finish Elden Ring, she's going to take my copy of Elden Ring too.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, speaking of Batman, since you mentioned comics, Robert Pattinson actually was talking about Final Fantasy this week. I don't know if you saw it. His take, it's clear he has not played the game in 20 years, and that's fine. But I have to say the take personally aggravated a lot of Final Fantasy VII fans.
Yes, indeed.
Don't knock him. He's doing his thing. He's been too busy being a millionaire to play the game. Just saying, if you want the actual take, come to a real fan. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, why is he dropping shade on the show, man?
Sorry. You can put that out. But feel free to ask me. I'm just saying.
Right.
I love it. I want to throw something at y'all real quick, and James, you take it wherever you want to take it. But listen, if y'all promise to let me talk a little bit about Star Trek and a little bit about Doctor Who, I think we need to do a blurting out section as much as y'all want to. It's just an idea, but James, it's in your hands, man.
That would be fun.
I have not seen either. So, I've seen some of it. And I've seen 2 episodes of
Look,
but I'm perfectly happy to talk about it. I'm quick on my feet, so.
If we talk about the next generation, maybe Deep Space Nine, I can jump to Picard. I've started watching Picard now, so we can do that. But yeah, Ben, you
anything
might,
Chris Pine was in, I can talk about.
Yes, there we go.
Because he was definitely my crush for a while.
Okay, I'm back. My internet is as old as me. I'm a boomer, apparently, but that's fine. But I loved it. I love this. I absolutely want to salute you, what you're doing with your channel. Tell everyone how, my name is James. That's your thing. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting out of pocket. Let me just be quiet. Go ahead, James.
No, you good, man. Go ahead. Finish.
It's hard, man. It's hard knowing when to go back and forth. Lead, follow. James, do your thing, man.
Stygian sis girl, thank you again for joining us. Yes, tell us how you can be reached and where they can follow you at and follow the channel and everything else so we can build you up some.
I appreciate that. It's been really incredible being on the show just in this short amount of time. I had a blast. You can catch me at Stygian Sis on Twitter. You can catch me at Stygian Stilettos Gamer on YouTube, on Twitch. I do have a TikTok. It's either Stygian Sis or Stygian Stilettos Gamer. Trust me, you'll see me if you find me. But that's how you can catch me. I also will I'm revamping my website, so I'll be putting that up again soon. But yeah, mostly just check me out on Twitter.
Yes, indeed. We got you. Again, thank you for joining us. Keep doing the work. Look, and make sure that you notify us and let us know when you're streaming so we can make sure that our tail is there, okay?
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, sister. All right, y'all. We're going to take a